Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Makeup Muses channel. I'm Susan, the older muse. I know my daughter's done Savannah has done a video on makeup brushes, so today I'm going to do mine. Today I'll do eye brushes, so we'll start with concealer brushes. As you can see, I have a whole range of different concealer brushes. All of these are synthetic and by different companies actually. So I'll start with the most narrow two of them. That would be, this one is by Quo, and Quo is a Canadian company, Shoppers Drug Mart brand, and this one I'm not sure who it's by. I believe it's Cover FX, but I can't say for sure. They're both fairly comparable, and both synthetic bristles. These I generally use to start off my corrector. Animals, dog hair, cat hair, everywhere. And so I'll start in the very corner of my eye, go down and go up, and then right into the eye like this and up. And then I will move on to a wider brush. This one is a Smashbox brush. I don't use it very often anymore. I've had it for, I think, probably since about 2000, I'm going to say 2004. So I could use that one the same way. Like I said, I very seldom use it anymore. So these two brushes are, as you can see, bigger than the ones I was just showing you. And this one here is by Cover FX, and this one is again by Quo. I just use either or. I don't have a preference. And so once I've got the fine lines drawn out, I'll take the corrector and just pat it into the skin to fill in. So those are my concealer corrector brushes to start off with. Let's see. Next, I think I'll go into eyeliner. I'm sure everybody's familiar with this kind of eyeliner brush, the slanted eyeliner brush. I personally don't favor those for eyeliner, so I'm not going to talk about them at this point. Just make you aware of them, and I'll go into those, what I use those for later. There we go. What I much prefer are these, which are push liner brushes. Sorry, this one's stained with black eyeliner. I use these with my gel eyeliners. This one here is the MAC 212, and this one is the flat liner brush by Sephora. Both of them are fairly comparable. There's not a lot of difference in the width. I would prefer a narrower width, but haven't found one yet. I know there are some out there, but I just haven't been able to source them. With a push liner brush, the idea is to make your eyelashes look a lot thicker at the root. And so you will tight line with these into your gel eyeliner and push, which is why I call them a push liner brush. Push it right into the root of the lashes. I generally don't use them up here, but you can. And again, you can use them here to push eyeliner into the root of the lashes. So those are your push liner brushes. What I generally use for lining the eyelids is, if I can find it in all of my brushes, here is the bent liner brush, which is rather elusive at the moment. Where on earth did it go? Well, in any case, it is it's a very small tipped brush that is bent, so that you can get eyeliner to where you need it very easily and draw a nice fine straight line. Oops, nope, that's not it. Well, if I can find it, I will show it to you in a little bit. But that is my my liner brush of choice. Another brush we can use for liner is something like, and this is more for eyeshadow, or is for eyeshadow, the MAC what number is this? The MAC 214, or the Sephora Smudger Brush, and that's number 14. So here's the MAC 214 and the Sephora number 14. These are pretty comparable. This one's a little bit fatter. They both have really firm bristles. I like the Sephora one because it's got stiffer bristles, and of course the stiffer the bristles, the more product that you can pick up and distribute. The softer the bristles, the less product you pick up and distribute. So you would dip this into your eyeshadow and use it to smudge, and it's great for a smoky eye to smudge along your lash line like that. And the other great trick is, in order to set your eyeliner, whether it's a gel or a pencil or what have you, is you can use one of these to put eyeshadow on top in order to, it's almost like powdering. I'm really kind of bummed that I can't find my bent liner brush. Let's see. I guess we'll go on to these liner brushes. The ones that most people are very familiar with is the angled liner brush. This one here is a Quo brush that I've had forever. This one here is by a company called Eco Tools, and it's my favorite. And this one is the MAC 263. They're all very narrow and angled. I like these for defining the brows, and like I said, the Eco Tools is the one I prefer to use. And it's just a matter of small feathery strokes mimicking what individual eyebrow hairs look like, and that's all I do with it. Let's see, what other goodies have we here? Spoolies, something that everybody should have. They all start off like this. Some are smaller, some are bigger, some are stiffer, some are some of them, the bristles are a lot more soft. I always bend them, so they end up going from this to this. And that way I can brush through my eyebrows much more easily than if it's straight. Same thing with the eyelashes, separating the eyelashes when it's bent I like better than trying to work with a straight brush. So that's your spoolie. I do the same with mascara wands that come in, that come with your mascara. I bend them so that applying mascara is a lot easier to do. So those are for brows and lashes. Let's see what's next. Next is your all-over lid brush. I'm going to call them that. This one is the Laura Mercier I think it's called all over eye color brush. Bristles again are, fairly firm. They're not really bendy. They're fairly firm, which means that you can pick up a lot of color to distribute. And this you would use to pat color all over the lid. Now if I'm just doing the actual eyelid, I will use one of these. These are both by Sephora. They're both the professional brushes. And I don't know what number it is because I'm blind as a bat and can't read it, but in any case, they both have synthetic bristles, so they work well with both cream and powder eyeshadows. And again, fairly firm bristles, and used to pack eyeshadow onto the eyelid. And the Laura Mercier, because it's wider and bigger, is great for all over. These ones I kind of reserve for just patting color here. And as I said, these are both Sephora professional brushes. Let's see, on to different kinds of crease brushes, I suppose. There we go. So these are different kinds of crease brushes. This, and you'll prefer different ones for different things. This one's a lot softer than this one. This one's angled. I don't use the angled brush for very much, quite frankly, but it is, you know, to do this with. And also sweep upwards. And this one is the MAC 275 angled eyeshadow brush. This one here is the Sephora. And this one here is the Makeup Geek C412 Deluxe Pointed Crease Brush. That one. I really like this, the Makeup Geek one. I can get, just start off in the socket here and back and forth to get a really nice defined crease. The same thing with the Sephora. Just a really nice defined crease brush. I can't really say I favor one over the other. They're both excellent brushes. The Sephora brush runs at about $34 Canadian, whereas the Makeup Geek one is less than half that price and just every bit as good. It's available through www.makeupgeek.com. Both excellent quality brushes. This one again runs at about $35 Canadian, or maybe it's US, whatever. But it's the Polydorf Sheer Crease Brush. Now, I don't use this for the crease. I love this brush. It's a lot softer and fluffier, and I love it for blending out color to get rid of all of the harsh lines. So I can just go in there, circular motions, windshield wiper, what have you, and just blend out the color. So I really like this brush for that purpose. Let's see. This one here, as you can see, is kind of small and short compared to something like this crease brush, the one we just talked about by Sephora. It's got a much smaller head. Now this one is the Makeup Geek, is a Makeup Geek brush. I don't use this for the crease. What I use this for is just to get into the corner of my eyes to highlight, to give me that awake look, and just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle like that. And it's a great brush for that. Again, the price is ridiculous for the wonderful quality of the brush. Let's see, some defining brushes. I have quite an array of these. These two here are exactly the same. They are by Quo. I'm not sure what they're called. Just very small dome brushes. They're great for working color into the outer corner or outer V of the eye. So I really like them for that. Another good one for that is the Makeup Geek Outer V brush, which is just like the name implies, for adding that outer V definition, and especially good for precision work. Sorry for the noise, the dog and cat are just, I don't know, fighting over a pizza box. So as you can see, the Makeup Geek one is a lot shorter than the Quo, but they both work really well. This one here is a Makeup Geek brush as well. It's very chiseled, has a pointed tip, and I really like this for precision crease work. But it is also good for the outer V. The always popular MAC 219, excellent brush. Everybody should have one. Every makeup artist like myself does. Again, it's very good for in here, although I prefer the Makeup Geek one for that. Highlighting the brow bone, for powder, for smoking out your eyes with eyeshadow. And Eco Tools also makes a really good one. although I will